What's up, everybody? I'm Devon, and welcome to the Pump Fake Podcast, where every week we dive into all things WNBA. That's from the games straight to the players on and off the court, and give you our take as super fans from every drop step to pump fake. Right, Ash?
That's right, Dev.
All right, then let's do this.
Let's ball.
Hey.
Reporting live from the lawnmower competition. Hopefully y'all can't hear that in the background.
Yeah, neighbors next door. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to
Ayo.
the Pump Fake Podcast.
Pump fake. You are so lucky.
You surprise me every time with it. I don't know why.
No, I don't either. It's like my signature.
Oh, God. I'm Dev.
And I'm Ash.
Another heart-throbbing week of of basketball in the WNBA. I could hardly wait for Thursday night to come.
I was stoked. I feel like I logged off work early or something. I could not
wait
focus
for Thursday night to kick off. Everything I did that day led up to tip off, for real.
Period.
Like, I already had a busy week of life, and just anticipating jump ball was everything to me.
Yes.
So the 2024 season is back in action.
Yay!
Ash, I know you've been ready. It's no need even to ask.
Already know.
First off, lots of emotions in the W. The Mercury straight up blasted Chicago on their home court this week.
You know, I have mixed emotions during those games because I obviously am part of the X Factor.
Right.
But then my babes, you know, the girls, Angel
Shy Barbie,
Reese
yes.
and
Angel
Kennedy,
yes.
you know, and then Camilla.
Right. You want to see them do well.
I do. I want to see them win, but, you know, the Mercury won by 20, so whoop,
yeah,
whoop.
y'all notice the swagger? Did you notice the swagger?
Yeah.
Ka showing up in Chicago wearing her old jersey.
Oh, that was, I said, sickening.
Yeah, dropped 29 points in Chicago on their home floor. DT playing high caliber basketball, hooping like the GOAT.
I told y'all that's why she didn't play in that last game and the Olympics, because she had to get her body ready to play 2 back-to-back.
She went off the first game, man. And
she did.
Cannot forget how massively good BG has been. Pops' efficiency from the floor, just power and finesse. I'm telling you.
Come on, Pops.
Yeah, seriously, at that size, the CBG play like she does. Yeah, we're so lucky to witness.
We really are.
She's an anomaly, just to be able to.
I'm telling you, that short
and
corner
score.
Is butter, and her footwork.
Yeah,
and like just how she's so agile. I've just noticed she's become even better over
BG
time.
had a huge game,
so
29 points herself. I think 6 or 9 rebounds. But BG is nothing like no one else. I can go on and on about BG. No. Sophie hit some really good buckets. I love Tosh Cloud and
Max back.
Max back. But anyway. Yeah. Lots of emotions, like I said, this week. Then they turn around the next night.
Girl, I was irritated.
And got clobbered by the Fever the very next night.
It really pissed me off.
Everybody was stunned.
Really
Everybody was stunned.
It pissed me off. How you gonna just go down the road 2 hours to Chicago? I'm sorry, to Indy after you played Chicago.
Yeah.
And then play like that?
Yeah, we got so much to talk about this week, y'all, on this episode. So stick with us, man. I mean, like, even with Kelsey Mitchell, the price has gone all the way up. Hasn't it, yo? Like, balling out of her mind. And all while, like, just wrapping her arms around the team, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
As the vet of the team. Pulling the very best out of Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Melissa Smith. All of them are showing up. Even Erica Wheeler, too. Pulling the best out of it. So really happy to see Kelsey Mitchell just taking charge this season. So also in the week of the W, my emotions was just going back and forth with the Atlanta-Seattle game in Atlanta. Ooh, your fave, Tina Charles, caught a winning jumper to beat the Storm.
I was so mad.
On Friday night.
I was like, NECA, you knew she was going to do that, girl. You knew she was going to. How come we didn't push her off the block?
But before the game-winning shot by Tina Charles, Jewel Lloyd hit a fadeaway 3 going out of bounds.
It gave me
ridiculous. Just skilled. Tied it up in the 4th in Atlanta. But Tina had icy veins that night, man. Just
she did.
Put down the shot. And NECA did everything she could on defense, but tackle Tina. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we gotta give props where it's due, Ash. Seriously, because
I mean, I'm happy for the rest of the Atlanta team, but
it's so ridiculous. Shady. But sometimes, I mean, you get lucky. I mean, Tina Charles is the second highest scorer of all time in the WNBA right now. She passed Tina Thompson this week in, I believe, in that game. So sometimes you just get lucky, man. You're Tina Charles. She's going down as a legend, whether you wanted to or not, Ash. Come on.
Go Alicia Gray.
You are such a hater. Anyway, like up and down, Odyssey Sims is got signed with LA.
Yes.
So anyway, let's get into the episode. You guys, welcome to first time listeners and to our OGs out there. Welcome back. We got so much to talk about in the W. It's been a week of wonderful basketball. A lot of questions going on. A lot of things happening off the court too. So we're gonna get into it. Ash is gonna give us the rundown. Just catch everybody up to where we are right now. And then my segment following that is the full court press. And this is when I just kick around a lot of thoughts that's going on in my mind, and we can just have a round table about it, because some things you just gotta spin.
It's deep, y'all.
Yeah, you just gotta unload. So absolutely. I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna talk about what we got coming up.
We're gonna play Love It or Hate It too. You forgot.
Yes, we're gonna play our game Love It or Hate It.
It's a special segment today. We're gonna look at some of the superlative awards, like superlative meaning like Rookie of the Year, MVP,
but in our Love It or Hate It format.
Yes. So I'm going to tell you what they've kind of predicted already, and then you're going to give me your thoughts on it.
I can do that. I've been so excited to deliver this news to our listeners. Something good to look forward to in our next episode. And here it is. We had a conversation with another basketball junkie, also very much so related to the WNBA, has some experience in the G League as well. And we got hit up in our DMs. He hit us up in our DMs and was like, yo, let's talk some shop. Let's talk some basketball. So we absolutely had a wonderful conversation, and we're going to share that with you coming up on the next episode. So look out for that.
It's a good one, y'all.
It's going to be bomb. So we're going to spend the whole episode basically talking basketball with this special guest upcoming on the Pump Fake podcast.
Can't wait for you to meet him.
Yeah. So without further ado, Ash,
it's time for the rundown.
Let's go.
All right, let's hop into the rundown, y'all.
Let's go.
So some strange things happened this week while we were back in the gym. Dejanay didn't play in the very first game, Connecticut's first game back, and we were looking very much forward to seeing that chemistry between her and Marina Mabrey.
True.
She didn't play in the first game, it said for personal reasons, and I wonder if Marina Mabrey was the personal reason.
Why? Why do you think they just because of they're known
they're known beef or whatever, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah, they're tension. They're awkward tension.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, I don't know, but I did notice that Marina Mabrey started in that starting spot where Dejanay normally would start. So I don't know if that was all connected. I have no idea, but maybe she really had personal reasons. I hope everything's okay with Dejanay. We do look forward to seeing you back with the Connecticut Sun. So that was a little bit interesting. So yeah, it was great to see Kennedy back on the court during the LA game. It was incredible to see Kamilla step up. I know we've all been really waiting to see her have her moment. I love seeing my angel niece hype her up too during that game. It was a solid game for sis. What'd you think about I know we are Chicago Sky, they're kind of like our second favorite team.
Yeah.
So what'd you think about that win?
Yeah, my baby sister lives in Chicago now.
Facts.
So I'm definitely a fan. I'm definitely waiting on Kamilla Cardoza to get into her comfort level. Sometimes I kind of go back and forth. I know she's not at her full potential yet, but is she putting full effort in?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe we're being impatient. I think there's some growth to be done.
Deb, every flower blooms at its own time. And I feel like Kamilla yesterday, she was running the floor. She was running the court really well. She started becoming aggressive and using her height to her advantage. I think I can see her starting to understand the game a little bit, being there. And I think she might be starting to slowly bud here. And
y'all tell us what y'all think. I think that's gonna be a poll for this week.
That's a good one.
I'm curious. As you can hear, I'm a little indifferent because I'm understanding that she's going to grow and that she's going to get better as the seasons go on. That's at least I'm optimistic about.
Sure.
Our poll this week, we'll put it up on our socials to see how y'all think about Kamilla Cardoza. And I think every week we'll get a little bit more specific because we want to drive conversation a little bit more. We can specify different players or whatever. So
Okay. Anyway, so back to my strange things. Shakira Austin, one of my faves, was back on the court in Washington. Her and Brittany Sykes, who is also back, gave Minnesota a little scare. Diamond Miller is also back, so she's healthy. It was really great to see back in Minnesota. Courtney Williams, Minnesota.
Yeah.
The Lynx.
Yeah.
Nafisa Collier. I know we give Nafisa a lot of credit, but why are we not talking about Courtney Williams more?
Facts.
Minnesota looks really good on her. She's been out here clear-headed.
Looks focused.
She's a bucket, a midi, as the kids are saying. Her and Natisha Heidemann, I feel like that's kind of her backup homie. They've kind of played that same role. I feel like they've been doing an incredible job as that supporting cast for Minnesota. So yeah, I wanted to bring up a couple of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Courtney Williams has been quiet but still efficient since leaving Connecticut, but I think she's found a really good place in Minnesota. Yeah. She pairs up well with Natisha Heidemann. I love the camaraderie they seem to have, the way they came together and won the Commissioner's Cup this season. So it's clear that they're clicking and there's some chemistry there.
Cheryl had on her Olympic shirt. Get it, Cheryl.
Yeah,
we
just
saw
a
you.
Reminder. So
Don't forget.
Remind you, girl.
I came back with gold, baby.
Yeah. So Minnesota is right now standing at number 3. So
ooh,
a strong go at it.
They're definitely there.
They're playing well.
Okay. I gotta get a little serious here because there's some trouble in Vegas again, honey. De'Erica Hamby returned from Paris and filed a federal lawsuit against the Las Vegas Aces Monday, August 12th. Okay. Yeah. According to ESPNW, Hamby is citing acts of intimidation, discrimination, and retaliation leading to her trade to the Sparks. Now, while Hamby seems relatively happy in her new home with her new coach, Curt Miller, she alleges the W did not properly investigate the issue. So that's interesting to me. Now, this got me starting to think, is this something also that happened with Skylar Diggins-Smith in Phoenix? Ooh. Like, is this part of those quieted issues that they didn't really talk about? And now I'm thinking about the whole organization a little bit, right? The W. Now that makes me think, like, is this a bigger issue? Because if she's filing an actual lawsuit, P.S. y'all, the PDF is out there.
Yeah, it is.
So if you want
the Dropbox link,
the actual PDF is out there. Shout out to the homie that dropped that in our DMs to review. Yeah. Dev, did you read it? Because y'all, she likes to read affidavits and shit like that. So did you actually dive into it?
Out here. I read a little bit of it. I did not read the whole thing, but this is one of the topics that I was going to also dive into in the full court press.
We can wait.
No, no, you brought it up, so I just want to give my 2 cents.
Let's hear it.
So I think what's happening, if true, and again, these are allegations that we can't prove, but what's happening in the WNBA is a smaller version of what happens in corporate America and just in the workforce in general to women. It even had, like, my mother herself, like, at one point in time experienced discrimination in a possible promotion because she was with child at the time she applied. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but we're gonna dive into
Okay, we'll get back. We'll dive into more. Okay, I love it. Well, the thing is, people are wanting Becky fired after reading this affidavit, honey. And I know she was our pick for the 2028 Olympics. So I don't know. And I also wondered too, like, was part of the reason why they played so like lackadaisical from the second quarter to the fourth quarter in that game against New York? Like,
I don't know if it has anything directly to do with it.
Maybe not, but I wonder if that energy coming back off, you know, the Olympic break, I thought they would have some momentum. They have quite a few Olympic players on their team. So it was just an interesting thing. I was wondering if they were connected. Keep your head, stay focused. Yeah. You know, we ain't going to worry about all that and not putting that on them. But I'm like, how can that not be on their minds, you know, when they step out on the court and rep Vegas?
You never know what the actual tone and tenor is of the locker room. Yeah. I would imagine, like, on the outside as a fan, like, it looks like they're pretty tight. They lock arms, no doubt. Like,
they're definitely holding each other.
Yeah, they're gonna hold each other up through it. I know they have ears. I know they have social media. Right. I'm sure they even
that's their girl.
Yeah, they may know way more about the situation than what's even said. So
who knows? Well, let's get back to the positive of things. A cool stat and a crazy stat from that game, New York Liberty versus Vegas. 10 of those players on the court played for 4 different countries in the Olympics, which is an incredible stat. I thought that was really cool. Okay, let's jump into, I got 2 more things for y'all. The trade deadline is coming up August 20th, okay? So the Aces and the Liberty have an extra roster spot now with many of the international players who played in the Olympics. So I'm thinking, like, you think they might pick up Gabby Williams or Marine Johannes from Team France. They are now essentially free agents.
Yeah.
So now they're eligible to sign with teams in the second half of the season. So I'm wondering, like, are they gonna maybe consider those girls? We also have, we have some rookies who were drafted, but then, kind of tossed out. Are they going to bring people back? It's a big question.
It's a lot. It's no telling. Like, you got to play chess here. This is all about strategy. A lot of coaches are still looking for the right makeup. Chicago is one of them. You said New York had an extra spot?
Yes.
And what was the other team?
The Aces.
The Aces have an extra spot. So if the players are available, I think they're going to do what's best for them.
Yeah, there's so much movement happening. People want to be contenders for that championship.
Yeah. So. And try to not have the Aces three-peat, girl.
Right. So. I think it's going to all come down to the money.
It's going to come down to the money. Not every team can afford the top player. So I'm excited to see what's going to freaking happen because look out.
Yeah, because I don't know.
The next few weeks.
Okay, last thing. This is cute.
What?
The new Toronto team, they will join the W in 2026, is asking WNBA fans what they think a good team name and team color should be. So what do you think, Dev? I want you to think. I'm going to let you marinate on it while I give you some examples, okay?
Okay.
So like the Valkyries and the Golden State Warriors, you got that little play on names, right? Like the Valkyries are female warriors.
Right, got it.
LA Sparks and the LA Lakers, which I don't really see the correlation, but their colors.
Yeah.
Right? They have like similar colors. Okay, so there's that. So maybe considering that.
I'm not even sure if I know what a Laker is. I bet it
I don't know.
It has a definition,
I bet. I don't know. Somebody Google it.
Yeah.
Send it to sis. Okay, like the New York Liberty, the New York Nets.
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry. See, I clearly don't watch the NBA.
Knicks and Liberty. I don't know if they have a correlation.
Exactly.
None of them.
So I don't know.
Okay.
So in Canada, they have the Toronto Raptors. So like, what do you think? Any good team names that you think of, or like
I definitely don't have a name because I'm not like, I think it should be something related to the area that's the city is near. Is it going to be in Toronto?
Raptors.
Did it say the city? Vancouver?
Yeah, Toronto.
It is Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto team. Toronto Raptors. What's like a raptor?
Well, I think it's like a dinosaur.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like what would be a correlation with that?
They've gone through a lot of the colorways, like purple, black, red. I'm already thinking like something red because of the Canadian flag.
Right,
but
red or white, yeah.
Maybe like some yellow with it, red and yellow.
I just thought it was a cool question. So y'all think about it.
I think it'll be good though.
I might poll y'all this week and see what you think. But my girl, Kathy, if y'all remember from the last episode, we basically shared a slice of pizza
worried
together.
about this pizza. Nobody.
Anyway, she said teams 15 and 16 are coming soon.
Ooh, 15 and 16.
Yeah, girl, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. So.
Okay, and that's the rundown, babes.
Well, I appreciate all that, Ash.
Not a problem. It was a lot.
All right, so we about to roll into my full court press.
Rolling.
Full court press. Back again for another full court press. So I'm just gonna kick around a couple things that I've had on my mind for a few weeks and just haven't spoken on it outside of you really. But we're still in a moment of a lot of activism. There's a lot of things like going on politically.
Yes.
The WNBA has been a platform to speak out about a lot of political things going on. And one of those things that has been poignant, relevant, important is keeping the significance of the Black Lives Matter movement. And as y'all know, each team has, or in the past in 2020 especially, had it put on the court at the check-in table. You can see it right at center court, right? And we can see it on every court except one. And have y'all ever noticed that the Indiana Fever is the only team in the W who no longer bears the BLM on their court? New York has it, Atlanta, even flyover Minneapolis has it, Phoenix, LA all do, but oh no, Indiana scraped it off the floor on the low and replaced it with just the WNBA logo. Have you noticed that, Ash?
Okay, so I remember we had saved that WNBA documentary is on Prime for like off season. And I'm so glad we did because we were bored.
Right.
Or just like during this Olympic break. Anyway, with that time, I was like looking, and it really got me thinking about like their activism, like you mentioned, and just how they really represent something that's bigger than themselves. And it seems like they all agree on that. And right near the scores table or the check-in is usually a Black Lives Matter logo. And I brought it up to you. We were watching the movie, and I was like, hold on. And I think we probably went back and watched a couple games
to see if it was still on there. And in 2023, it was on the court. But
okay.
My just thought process, and again, I'm okay with being wrong, but a lot of new viewers, specifically new fans of Caitlin Clark, and just have to acknowledge that a lot of the fan base is a white fan base, and wondered if Indiana pulled it off of the floor to, I guess, quote, lessen the discomfort, right, of some of the majority of its new viewership, the viewership that's going to be there. Because listen, I mean, let's just put the correlation together.
Okay.
It's the only WNBA court that doesn't have it. And a lot of the new eyes and new fans are Caitlin Clark fans. So just questions. And I thought, what's the deal?
Yeah, it's just interesting. It was just a question.
Yeah. Where do I send my inquiry? To whom do I send my letter? Y'all let me know. Next, just to tap back to the De'Arica Hamby situation, I just got to first off say, De'Arica Hamby, she got some guts, yo. She's got some guts. You know, last season I remember we heard some rumblings of a complaint surrounding her trade to the LA Sparks.
Sure.
Like just speculating that it has something to do with her pregnancy. You know, a new lawsuit has been filed officially accusing Becky Hammon and the Aces of alleged discrimination due to her being with child. Now, you know, nobody on this podcast, myself nor Ash, are attorneys, but what I can tell you is that it doesn't look good. It was tough to read as a fan to, I don't know, visualize some of the people that we hold in high regard saying some of the things that's being alleged. So it's really difficult, but Becky allegedly questioning out loud De'Arica's commitment to the team.
Wow.
You know, in addition to her being irresponsible for the mistiming of her pregnancy. Becky's a mom herself.
Right.
I'm not a historian on Becky Hammon's career in terms of like when she decided to have children or if she even went through the being a birth mom. I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know either.
None of my concern really.
Right.
As a woman, having the challenges we already have in the workplace, you know, I felt her pain. And whether true or not, women go through this on their regular 9-to-5s. And especially, I can only think of just being a professional athlete.
Right.
Having to show up physically as a part of how you earn your paycheck can only be even more difficult to hurdle. So, and that also speaks to the strength of the Odyssey Sims and the De'Arica Hambys and the DeWanna Bonners of
Skylar Diggins
Smith. Like that speaks to the strength of what women are capable of. So we're going to see what happens. It's no joke. Like the government already want to control our bodies.
Right. It's like, why, you know, and this is their 9-to-5. So, you know, they're going to work. They wake up, go to work. Again, all the things that they do externally, like the training sessions they likely have to go through, the practices,
and dealing with all of that mentally.
Then being a mom on top of that, like De'Arica Hamby has said, you know, been interviewed and heard saying like, as soon as she walks off the court, she's a mom. She puts them first. She has to.
And I can't understand, like, you know, again, these are allegations, but Becky being a mom, being a coach full time, being absorbed by the game, has to understand that. So it disappointed me, like, if this is true, how the business of it all put above the needs of the player and having that kind of empathy. Like as a female, a woman athlete in the WNBA, she's walked the walk herself.
Well, it's making me think of another perspective and something else that women have to deal with in the workplace as leadership, right? I wonder if she's being pressured at that time that they needed to get a second, you know, championship and she needed to have the right bodies in place to be able to do that. And so I wonder if, you know, if there was pressure, because I feel like that's a lot of what women have to deal with in leadership is like that pressure from the top down to make sure that you're delivering.
Yeah.
Right. And you're showing up and you're doing your job so that you can get paid.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like maybe there's another perspective there. I like to play
100%.
devil's advocate and think about that other point of view. So just something that came to mind with me too.
No, Ashley, you're 100% correct, because I mean, we live under capitalism. So of course, Coach Hammon is getting pressure from the top to prove it again and to keep the revenue coming in and to keep the fandom coming in and keep the best players on the court possible. And De'Erica was producing then, and she's still producing now.
Right. So, at an even higher rate and taking on this leadership role and wonderfully.
Mentally, with all that to bear and to still be able to physically come out and play like that, that's like to compete at the high level, and then you go home and you show up for your family and you got to come back to the court and show up for your team. So we'll see what's gonna come of this, but
all eyes are on it. We all want to know what's gonna happen next. How will this unravel?
So that's all I have for my full court.
I love it.
Ash.
Thanks, Dev. Well done. Now you don't have to use an applause track.
I'm gonna use it. Alright.
Ooh, let's play a game.
What are we playing today?
We're gonna play Love It or Hate It. I'm gonna
But it's a spin on it, right?
Yes, I will tell you in that segment. Let's hop over.
Boom.
Okay, welcome to Love It or Hate It.
Love it or hate it.
Usually I pull a team name out of the hat, or Dev pulls a team name out of our hat, or cup actually. And then we talk about what we love or hate about that team. But today I found out there are some superlative award predictions, and I wanted to share that with Dev because I haven't really given my thoughts on it either. So I'll give the superlative and the people who are predicted to be nominated for that award, and we can talk about who we think is the one that we love the best or hate the most or whatever we think about that superlative. So let's start with MVP.
All right, number one.
Okay, let's try it out. All right. So the MVP... Oh my God. What is happening? A skit scat. Okay. The MVP frontrunner right now is obviously
one and only
Asia Wilson.
A1.
Okay. The challengers are Nafisa Collier, Brianna Stewart, and Alyssa Thomas. Do you love that list? Do you hate that list? Who do we think should be the MVP from this list?
Yeah, this list mirrors last season, so I'm not mad at any of the contenders, but I'm going for the one and only A1. Okay. Yeah, I'm going for Asia MVP.
I'm gonna stop you right there, sis. Because I did think at first, I have been thinking that, but Dawn did say, which I agree, if you don't have an Asia Wilson, you're in trouble, which I fully agree with. But I have to say, Brianna Stewart, she's been pretty stinking consistent from the beginning of the season. They both played, I feel like, equally as strong in the Olympics, although I know Brianna didn't have like the best game in the gold medal game. Her and Asia, I feel like they were pretty much like head to head all Olympics. Okay, you're right. Asia got MVP of the Olympics. I get it. But I just feel like Brianna Stewart is playing really well. She's bringing her team. I mean, I feel like she's gathering them up and leading the charge.
Yes,
making everybody better and being a threat in so many different ways. So
Stewie should be on the list. So should Nafisa. And so should and so should Alyssa Thomas.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah,
without a doubt.
Still for me, who played
A1.
at the top, A1.
Okay, fair. Okay, Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
This is your chance to...
boy.
Because you already know. Y'all already know who I'm about to say first.
Yeah,
okay, so get your comments ready.
Let's go.
Rookie of the Year frontrunner, Caitlin Clark. Okay.
Yep.
And challenger Angel Reese. That's all we got.
Yeah.
No Rakia Jackson either, which I think is interesting. But do you love that list? Do you hate that list? What you think?
I mean, we knew, I think, from the beginning of the season it was going to be between the two. So numbers wise, I mean, Caitlin is putting up numbers as well, so I can't even deny it. My first choice was Angel Reese, but I think it's still too tight to tell. I think we still got a good amount of season left, but my hunch is that it's gonna go to Double C.
Right. Here's what I'm thinking. They've made a big shift in Chicago. To me, a rookie has got to be a standout and help be part of that momentum to help them keep going. So I would need to see something huge from Angel the second half of the season in order for her, I think, to win that award because, like you said,
difference maker.
Everybody's already in the CC bag.
Right. Everybody's already in the CC bag. And no, we can't
deny she had, the first triple-double as a rookie.
Which
but I
think
crazy.
Angel was, to me, consistently better in the first half of the season. It's a tight race. Like you said, she'd have to be a difference maker to help turn things around in Chicago for it to be so noticeable that it kind of like not dims, but kind of outshines what Caitlin's doing in Indiana. Because right now, I mean, after what we saw against the Mercury,
and
all of them.
I'm like, she had a break. She got a rest. She got her mental break. She got her physical break. Like she's been playing basketball, they said, for like a year straight without stopping. Yeah. So she finally got that rest and came back. And I was like, ooh, we're gonna see.
We're gonna see how they pull. They pull up.
Now y'all quit sleeping on Rickea Jackson, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well, Rickea gotta put up some boards and put up some numbers though.
She's doing what she need to do over there in LA.
What about your girl, Leah Edwards? Leah Edwards too.
She is, but just Washington, how we talked about, they're just
still is developing their story.
They got a lot going on. I'm just glad that those key players are back on the court to help Aaliyah out.
Yes,
that's all I can say. Okay, Coach of the Year.
Yes, I already know.
You already know.
Yeah,
front runner, my girl Cheryl.
Yeah, Coach.
I gotta say it like that. Cheryl Reeve.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And who else?
Oh. And let's not forget the Seattle Storm.
Yeah.
Noelle Quinn. Well as, we ain't done. New York Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello. Okay, do you love this list? Hate this list? What are we thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it seems predictable, but I think if Seattle keeps winning, Noelle Quinn's one to kind of to watch for because Cheryl's been in the spotlight, and though it's probably going to be hers, I still think that Noelle can still got time to put it together. But my favorite coach.
I did hate their loss against Atlanta. Like I know we talked about earlier, but she's really putting together the pieces over there. Yeah. Okay, next. Ooh, this one's my favorite category, I have to say.
Ooh, what?
Defensive Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. Okay, front runner. This kind of shocked me.
Oh, wow.
Nafisa Collier. Also on the list, Asia Wilson, Ezzie Magbagor, and Alyssa Thomas.
Alyssa Thomas.
Do you love that list? Hate the list? What we thinking?
I love the list, and I would go with the front runner. Nafisa Collier for sure. Why? She's just, persistent. She's consistent and never without it. Like, I'm surprised. Did we not mention Dejanay on that list?
Boom, baby.
But we always.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, she's hard to miss. But I like Nafisa for this Defensive Player of the Year because
I'm upset Dejanay's not on there because I think she should be. I think she's shut down a lot of players this season already. I think she did a great job.
I think she was the reason why she collected Caitlin, the first half of the season.
Yes, absolutely. It was beautiful to see. I do have to say this too. I believe Asia's averaging like 3 steals a game. We know Ezzie's leading in blocks. I believe in the league.
I was going to say, who was leading in blocks?
Let's see. Who would I choose? I would probably choose Ezzie or Dejanay, but Dejanay's not on the list, so I'd probably choose Ezzie.
Okay.
That's my choice.
Okay.
And lastly, this one's good.
Who?
Sixth Player of the Year. Okay. Front runner. Kennedy Carter. All right. Which I love to see. Yeah. And also Tiffany Hayes, which is a really good one. And then Timmy Fagbinley as well is on the list. Okay, so do you love this list? Hate this list? And
this one I didn't expect, and I like every single one you named, especially Tiffany Hayes coming out of retirement and has been playing like the best basketball I've seen her play in so long. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
And she's everywhere on the court at all times. Hands are involved. Like she's in there.
Yeah,
like she's just in there doing something, tipping the ball out of someone's hands, causing a jump ball, like just
and has this crazy left-handed stroke, man. Yeah. It's like
she's been great.
Yeah, I had questions at the beginning when she came back through retirement, but I don't have them anymore. Definitely. Yeah. Sixth player.
I would go with Kennedy. That's what's going to be my choice.
Been great.
I think she deserves some recognition. I feel like she's done a huge turn. Just mentally and emotionally.
Yeah, it looks that way.
An incredible job.
It's apparent.
Weatherspoon's killing it over there with the girls, and I just think she's just been a difference maker. You could see that they missed her in that game against Phoenix.
Yeah,
they needed her.
They absolutely did.
So
I think it would have been a difference.
Kennedy's my choice for 6th.
Yeah, I think it would have been a difference in the output with Chicago. They looked a little discombobulated. They didn't have like someone commanding the floor and putting up like that drive,
attacking.
That Did you vertical see her
block. She blocked somebody in the
blocks,
LA game.
Like,
wow.
Yeah,
how
good choice though.
Up like that, and we're the same height. Wow. I know I can't jump that high, but she can touch the rim. By the way,
yeah,
she's 5'9" and can touch the rim.
Yeah,
girl, please, especially
Supreme
not
athlete.
with these knees, child.
Yeah,
nowadays.
And
but that's it. That was our game for today. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks so much, y'all, for hanging out with us. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. We got some news for you, so come back.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Hey, wrap it up.
Thank you, Ash.
Wrap it up. Boom, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Y'all, what am I gonna do?
Wrap it up.
All right, y'all. So before we close out this episode, we just want to let y'all know next week we have an awesome one for you. We got to vibe with a fellow basketball fanatic, and not only a basketball fanatic, but a fellow WNBA super fan.
Yes.
Deleon Hines. We're going to have him on our episode, man. You might not know exactly who he is right now, but after this one, you will. We were like cousins by the time we wrapped the interview, Ashley and I.
Yes,
so
it was great.
Look out for that next week. Can't wait to share it with you.
Yeah.
Also, we mentioned we are now putting our fourth quarter on video. So the fourth quarter segment of our episodes we used to do on the podcast, we now put that on video, so you can check us out on YouTube. We would love for you to like, subscribe there. We also put our video content of our fourth quarter on our TikTok. We put it on Instagram and Threads. You know what I'm saying? We try to put it all on our socials, and
we're really trying to be professional out here, y'all. Check out our link tree now. You can click on our Instagram
and get all of our content right in one place. That's right. Where can you find us on the socials, Ash?
At the Pump Fake Pod.
On the social medias, man. So check us out. We would love for you to share this episode with somebody you love. Come back next week. Tune in to the Pump Fake Podcast. We got so many exciting things coming up for you. Stay locked into the WNBA, y'all. It's just getting in. So we're going to see what's happening for the playoff. We would love to hear back from you. What do you want to talk about? Hit us in our DMs, man. We would love to talk back to you too. All right, y'all.
All right.
This is another one.
Shout out to our family and friends we love, y'all.
All right.
You never know. You don't know what to expect. Me neither. It happens in real time. Y'all.
Oh, that was my Texas. Sound like with Texas. That's what I was
prepping them for next week.
Ooh, good one.
It was a hint.
All right, y'all. We're going to see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.